hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Queen Sugar Season 4, Episode 4. Okay, man, when I tell you it's just an amazing season, and it's only Episode 4. And not only that, today we got our first look at Greenleaf, the new season, which comes out in September, I believe. It's gonna be an amazing season of Greenleaf and Queen Sugar. I'm just so happy. But let's stick to the task of Queen Sugar, okay? If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole Jaybird. Dun 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 dun. My face is a bit oily, y'all. It's a bit oily and stuff. Anyway, I need to do a facial. So okay. Do not forget you can also follow me on my Instagram, because when I'm not posting on here, I'm posting on Instagram. So it's a way to keep up with me, and my link to my IG is in the description box below. I'm probably gonna put it here too. It's just J_Leads_corner. So we shall see. If y'all who are listening to me, I be having stuff scrolling on my page. So sometimes, what I'm saying, watch a sister. And be sure, okay, to hit the like button. But let's get started. So the beginning of the episode starts off, we see Micah is at Nova's house because Nova's going on a book tour, and so he over there. And she water this plant and don't water that plant, and do just giving them the lay of the land basically. And as she's sitting there, she gets a little bit emotional because everyone right now is not here for Nova. Okay, Nova then told family secrets that was not hers to tell. And so people are pissed. I vowed and told her, don't you darken my doorstep, Nova, okay? Don't you bring flowers to my grave. I don't want you disturbing none of my peace, Nova. Get your ass on up out of here. And so, she's just reeling from person by person by person, telling her, don't come near me, don't talk to me. She got that from Aunt Vi, she got that from Charlie, she got that from Ralph Angel. The only one talking to her right now is just Micah. And that's because Micah is just young and a kid and he don't know better. Okay? So we see that going on. Now we also see I'm vibing up all night, okay? She is still reeling from one Jimmy Dale, Jimmy Dean, Billy Ware. I think of Jimmy Dale. Is it Jimmy Dale? Jimmy Dale, Billy Ray Cyrus. I don't know, whatever the man. David Allen Greer, okay? The gray haired David Allen Greer, okay? So she's still reeling from the fact that basically it's Nova's fault that he came back in her life, and it's kind of just stirred up all kind of old memories. And she's sitting there, and Hollywood get up like, baby, what you doing up now? Come on back to bed now. I got all these recipes right here. I gotta get these recipes out. But you can tell as Hollywood's just kind of rubbing on her shoulders and kind of kissing on her a little bit or whatnot, she feel a little bit uneasy. Feel a little bit uneasy about things or whatever. And he we're gonna have to talk about, Billy Ray Cyrus, Jimmy Dean, Jimmy Earl, I think Jim Dale. She say, no, we're not gonna talk about that or whatever. No, we ain't, no, you kicked his butt. Okay, you got him up out of here, and thank you for that. Okay, I don't want to be dealing with that no more, or whatever. Well, we have to talk about that, because Nova's the reason he came here. Don't you say her name? You're not supposed to say her name. I'm like, with her name banned too. You can't say Nova in the house. Anyway, it's going on. So, he well, just come to bed. Well, I'm going to be in bed in a minute. So, again, but you can, just to look on her face, let me just go ahead and pull it up. I got a couple pictures, okay? But you can tell she's sitting there deep in thought. Because it's something when you think something from your past has been dead, gone, locked away, is just gone forever, and I gotta worry about it. It's something different when it comes back into your living room, and not only does it come back into your living room, but your niece is the one who brought it back to your living room. So she, as you see, she just looks conflicted in her feelings and just thinking I can't believe this shit, and she's just deep in thought. So we do see, she at the restaurant now. She at the restaurant making pies because Ralph Angel needs some pies, okay? And Hollywood Vi, this is called Aunt Vi's prize pies. They want to see Aunt Vi out front. What you back here for, baby? You know what I'm saying? I can get these pies together for Ralph Angel. But no, I'm gonna do it myself, and she's just doing so much, and you can tell she's trying to keep herself busy. It's like if she has too long to think, It's just too much. And then Rhonda, Rhonda's the person who was always like her assistant, comes in and she like knocks over or drops like some pants or whatever. Now Rhonda, damn it, you gotta watch what you're doing now. And because Aunt Vi snap at her, both Hollywood and Ron like, oh, okay, oh, all right now, I'm sorry if I'm getting. And Aunt Vi realized I just snapped at her for no damn reason. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm just all wound up. I didn't get no sleep. I'm sorry, Ron. It's okay. It's fine. So we see Rod get there. And she like, hey, babe, what you coming back door for? Like, what you coming back for? Because your niece outside. Rhonda, go handle that. So Rhonda like, oh goddamn it, I gotta go handle this. So we see Nova has been outside daily, okay? Because why she can't come to Anva's house? Anva told her you can't come to my house. I guess Nova feel like, well, if she said I can't come to the house, that don't mean I can't come to a restaurant. But I feel like yes, it does. Nova means the exact same thing. If they don't want you, that this is Rhonda. Y'all forgot to mention that. So that's Rhonda, okay? Now Rhonda has been on the show for a minute. I'm happy I finally know Rhonda's name. And we see Nova's there. Okay, now she had to go outside and stop Nova at the door. I was waiting for you at the door. Okay, called at the door like Nova, just like yesterday. And therefore that, she don't want you here, okay? You need to go ahead and leave now, because, you can't come up in here now. Well, I get that, Rhonda, but tell Ivy, nope, if I say your name, it gets real unpleasant now. She not ready to talk to you, okay? So go ahead on. Honey, Nova outside looking like this. And they all in the back. They all in the back. So she can't see nobody. But I'm like, Nova, you had to know that this was going to cost you some things. Okay? You had to know they wasn't going to be happy. What you should have did was had the conversation with them before you put them in your damn book. Okay? So it's basically all her fault. So I'm like, girl, you're not welcome here. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead about your business. I'm like, girl. So we see a quick little scene. Okay, now Charlie gave Romero, I think that's his name, use of the space to have a little clinic. And it's a space where her and Michael used to stay like above the mill or whatever. So that's what they're using to treat people who are like, undocumented workers. And it's people who just, what I'm saying, they can't go to the hospital for different reasons. And it's all set up with a little triage thing here and there, whatever. And it's a safety net. Like nobody, ICE ain't gonna come busting in the door. Like, you know what I'm saying, what you are, who you are, what you're doing. None of that. So it's a whole safe haven, I believe is what it's called. And so again, he happy to be helping people. And then Michael shows up or whatever. And so Michael then meets Romero. Now Michael don't know that his mama and that man sleeping together. Okay, he don't know that, but he meets him nonetheless. But he looking like something going on here, but I'm not gonna say nothing yet. But it's something between these two. Betwixt these two was something going on. But anyway, at that same time, Charlie gets a text, and the text is from whoever she had looking into the letters that Michael had been getting, the threatening letters. And it's like, oh, great news. You know what I'm saying? They found the person who had been sending you, these letters or whatever. It was just some random person, not like an organization who, text me at night. Well, you can't text me at night. Girl, get it together. So, she showed Michael the text how the police has got the guy who it was, and he was some, random racist dude or whatnot, and they're both happy the person's caught. And she's just trying to protect her son. And it's cute that Michael, I guess, now realizes my mom does have her own way of doing things, and she still gets shit done. And that's what Charlie does. So we see that Rye has listened to I think, like his PO officer before. And he did do a prisoner reentry program as farm. So and that's why he needed the pies, because he was having all the people at his house come out to, fill out an application. You can work here or whatever. And one dude say, well, is it steady pay? Like, is it a steady check? And Ross said, if you want a 9 to 5, you ain't gonna get it here. This is open land. It is what it is. But it's an opportunity for you to be better, not go back to prison. Okay, I got Benny here. I'm saying, Benny here, he good or whatever. So I'm saying, it's just work. And he is named after my father. Okay, the Ernest Bordelon reentry program. I'm like, oh, that's nice or whatever. I'm saying, and I'm like, Rye is in a good place to help other people. So that's really, really cool. So we see that Charlie finds out what the Landers are really up to, okay? Her little I Spy Private Eye white woman came to and told her a couple things. One, Charlie, they trying to get Jacob Okay, Jacob was a Jacob Boudreaux Landry, whatever Jacob's last name is. They're trying to get him to get a council seat with the council people, the councilman, the city council, whatever. That way, when the Boudreaux or the Landrys go to do a bid or this thing to have a highway run all through St. Joe, it won't be such a hard sell to the city council because Jacob will be in there or whatever. And she like, what? And so when they look at the plans for, it's not going to be where it would have been before when there was like that prison or whatever. It will run straight through St. Joe. It'll also, just kind of bulldoze and just completely demolish the black farmers' land. Like they land. And I'm like, what? It's gonna gut the land, as she said, and including their land, including the Borderline ranch, the Borderline farm as well. And she's like, oh, this is some bullshit. Okay, this is some bully shit. So it is all for this highway. And I'm like, girl, they just seem too much. So Charlie goes to talk to that same councilwoman who we saw on episode 1, who was kind of friendly, but mentioned that she was friends with Frances, who was the Jacob's mama, who they are, Shicey or whatever. So she meets with her, and she assumed that like she was being kind of either forced out or just, she just didn't realize because the lady then said, it was a hard decision to step down. She's like, step down. So this wasn't like your choice. They're forcing you to do this or whatever. And she's like, I know when I'm hitting a brick wall, and I know that some battles, can't be won. So I'm choosing to do this because I see me going up against a brick wall and I can't win. She's like, we can't win our fights. You have to learn to pick up all this stuff. And try like, girl, that's you. I can win any battle. Okay, it might be a hard fought battle, but I'm gonna keep going because I won the battle with them in the prison. She said the prison was nothing. The prison was some statewide stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why they gave it up so easy when, you fought back against it. She's like, this is federal. This highway will be something federal. And it's more people who are willing to put up their money, put up whatever they need to do to make more money on this deal. So, it ain't as easy as that prison thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, pick your battles, okay? Not all fights can be won. And then I'm like, girl, you must not know Charlie, okay? So we see that whole conversation. So we see little stuff with Nova. She keep calling her family. She keep calling Charlie, or she'll call Ra, or she'll call Aunt Vi to talk, and they not answering the phone. Of course, she keeps getting voicemails, and she'll just say, hey, just call me in, I love you. And they like, girl, we ain't talking to you, okay? So again, she's being ignored because they are pissed at her. Now, she do get a phone call from an agent who like, that little New York bestseller or whatever the little snippet was about your book, well, that has turned into a 6-week tour. Okay, you're going to this city, and she named all these cities that Nova gonna go on this tour, and Nova's happy because it's success. But I'm like, you are happy, and your family is in turmoil. Like, it's the weirdest thing that Nova isn't more gut punch that what she did has cost her family. It's like she really felt like, well, but all these other people are being helped from it, so it's okay if I lost my family. No, no, Nova, don't, girl. Anyway, so we then see Charlie. I gotta keep getting the pictures together. We see Charlie goes to see Frances, okay? And we ain't seen, because I think Frances is like left towards the end of last season. She kind of just like disappeared a little bit. So when she goes to see Frances, okay? So y'all know Frances, so this upper echelon white woman, okay? Is what we're gonna call her. We're gonna switch. Y'all know I'm weird about, I need them to at least be looking the right way when they be talking to each other. If I can. So, she pop up to like a little country club, I guess is where Frances was. Hi, Frances. And then she's like, oh, hey, So they chit chat. Y'all like, look, you've been you've been playing me, you've been lying to me, you've been fucking with my time or whatever, and you've been giving me these fake board meeting minutes because it did not include this highway project that will gut St. Joe Parish. Okay, you did not mention that. Charlie, it's not personal. Everything is not personal, Charlie. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be lucrative. We're gonna all make money because you are a shareholder with the company. She like, girl, I don't care about that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for that bull crap. France is like, God isn't making more land. So because God isn't making more land, it's a blood sport, honey. It's whoever can get the most of what there's no more of. And I was like, I never thought about that. That God is not making more land. Like He's not gonna just create a whole nother earth for us right now. So we have to use what we got because this is what He gave us. Okay. Anyway, as Frances is saying how it's not no big deal and how she can make money, me and Charlie like, no, I'm not gonna allow y'all to do this to me, my family, or the other black farmers in St. Joe. I'm not gonna stand for it. No, not at all. Okay? It's gonna be some BS. Y'all gonna not be up here taking advantage of these people. So Frances then say, you know what? I remember when this place, there were no blacks allowed, okay? None whatsoever. But you know, you walk right across the grass as if you own the place. See, you're not like them. And she points to the workers, the black workers who is bringing them drinks and mowing the lawn, all that stuff. You're not like them, okay? You act like you own this place, And I read your sister's book, okay? Read that, and you took a basketball player, just a regular basketball player, and you turned him into an empire, okay? And it takes a stone cold capitalist to know how to do that. So you have to realize we are more alike than you think. And she's like, you think because you read my sister's book, you know me, you don't know the half of it. Okay. You think you think that, she's like, let me tell you something. I should know you would not make it not one day in Hollywood or in the basketball world. And you think my sister's book gave you insight into me. You don't know what she say? Oh, I don't know. Basically, you know what I'm saying? You don't know how bad I am, okay? And it ain't got nothing to do with me being a capitalist. But what you don't know is, what do you think I'm going to do to you, okay, when you try to have Jacob run for office for you? And she was like, oh, shit. Oh, yeah. You didn't know I knew that, did you? And she walks away. Her whole thing was, you read my sister's book and assume that we alike, but we not. We are actually kind of extremely different, okay? Where for her it's not all about the money. Charlie usually has the best intentions to protect people, and she tried not to screw over people unless it's bad people. Okay, let's just say that. Anyway, and then she walks away, and France is looking like, oh, she's a formidable foe. Okay, I have to watch my back because you never know. So we see a couple little short scenes. We see Darla on a little date with her little friend, that same dude from last time, okay? They still dating. And he like, oh yeah, you have to listen to music on these records. It sounds completely different like on a 45. So not on something digital, a whole record player, you know what I'm saying, the 45 or whatever. And he like, let's dance. And they dance around. He like, nothing but the best for my lady or my girl. A lady, and they dancing, and Darla looks a little bit scared, okay? And I'm like, oh, she probably a little bit scared because he called her his lady. Because slowly but surely, Darla's getting her own life, okay? And she's taking these baby steps to be sure that she, doesn't have any step backs. It's kind of really good. So we then also see my two baby daddies, okay? We see, look, Benny don't get enough scenes, in my opinion. Benny is, you know what I'm saying? He looks delicious, okay? Benny looks delicious and nutritious, okay? And that means a whole bunch of things. So, in this, look at Benny, look at all handsome and stuff. So, Benny is the dude who was in prison. He also works on Rod's farm. And, they were just chit-chatting or whatever. And because Benny was playing with Blue, and then Blue went in the house, and being like, oh, so they were talking about how the re-entry program went. And, he like, I think it went great. So they both happy about that. And then Benny said, can I ask you a personal question? He like, yeah, man, what's up? He like, yeah, is it true what I've been hearing about you and Blue? Man, what you been hearing? And I'm like, oh shit, nah. I don't want my two baby daddies to fight or whatever. I don't be fighting that. Don't be fighting that. So, but ain't they handsome? Ain't they handsome? Anyway, so he like, man, no disrespect. I'm not trying to be rude or whatever. He like, I just, like my pappy, my birth father was nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? And you a stand up dude. You know what I'm saying? You're a good father to your son. And I'm proud to work for someone who's such a great man. You know what I'm saying? And what you're doing for your son, as his father, is amazing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Dap it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Salute to you, Father of the Year. And then Rob was like, all right, man, thank you. You know what I'm saying? It was good. Because They still haven't talked to Blue about it, but Nova's book is now out. Like it's out. People can get like copies of it or whatever. Can get copies of it or whatever. So some people have read it and they put like, oh, so Blue not Ra's son. But I'm like, I don't know why Darla and Ra talk to that boy, okay? Because the Benjamin heard about it. I'm pretty sure other people have too. So, they have that little thing. I just want to show y'all my two little threesome. Anyway, that's not nice, but I'm just saying. Um, so we then see Charlie. Charlie at her house, minding her own business. Now, earlier in the day, we seen that Davis texted her and said, "Hey, I'm in town. I have a surprise for Micah. Can I stop by? Okay, can I stop by?" And she said, "Sure, you can stop by. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind that." And so we then see, she's at home and you hear ding dong, and we like, what is it? So Trey say, "Micah, it's your dad, go get the door." So, she comes out, because something is happening. So she comes out, cool. We then see, where's the other one? We see Micah. Micah come out, okay? And then the last thing pops up. So you see someone walk in the house. I'm like, okay, that's Davis. But Davis has brought his daughter. Davis popped up to Charlie's house with his daughter. Yes, the whole secret daughter that he had on Charlie. And I'm like, Davis, it's just so stupid sometimes. He just doesn't get it. I'm like, Davis, why would you do that? So Charlie's shocked. So Davis was there saying, Micah didn't say you were here. It's her house, Davis. It's her house. Why wouldn't you have Micah meet you somewhere and not at his mama's house? I'm just saying. Oh, piece of shit ass Davis. Anyway, how do you surprise your son with a sister? His sister Tia. Girl, Charlie's face had to go from complete anger to complete shock to calm to, hey, little girl, I know you're not the enemy. How you doing? Okay, and this, Charlie's that she keeps it cool when she needs to, whatever, And he like, Michael, so this is your sister, and they like, oh. Okay. And she's like, hi, Tia. And she shakes her hand. And she's like, I like your name. And try to say, it's short for Charlotte. Okay. So Tia, of course, is 13 years old. So she just shads a Betsy bug. And so Charlie say, Micah, since you've met your sister, I'm pretty sure you guys want to get to know each other. And they go, Davis, oh yeah, that'd be great. Like we go in the morning, we going for breakfast. I'm saying, you want to come? We can have a family dinner, no, a family breakfast. We can talk. I got some things to tell you. She's like, I think you told us enough, Davis. It's okay. Micah, why don't y'all go in the kitchen and get something to drink? So I talked to your daddy. So in private, she's like, look, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you going on here, whatever, but I don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you, we not going to be no family breakfasts, dinners, or whatever. Like, it ain't going to be none of that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your news is, I don't want no parts of it, and you cannot try to make me be no surrogate mother to that girl because her mama did. Ain't gonna happen, okay? So don't come around here dropping into my house and popping up on me with the bullshit. And I agree wholeheartedly, okay? And so he's like, that's not what I was trying to do. My news was I'm retiring from basketball and I'm taking a coaching position here. I'm like, here, nigga, here. That's what I would have said. But he like, and don't forget, she's innocent. I know she's innocent. You hid her for 13 years. You did this. You slept with her mother and then surprise her on us. You did other day was not me, okay? I know she's an innocent child. I'm like, girl, but she say like she's welcome to, see Micah whenever she wants, but I would not be backdoored into being a mom for her. Ain't gonna happen. You did that. I said, come on, because it's true. You can't want me to accept her as if I'm her mother. Okay, you can't do that. You can't. Oh, now you're gonna move to here. Go date somebody. Make her the mama. Okay, don't. Not around here because it's you seen the manifestation of your husband's cheating in a 13-year-old kid who popped up at your doorstep. Oh, Davis is such an asshole. Damn it, Davis. Anyway, okay, so we have that whole thing. So now we see Nova at her book event. Okay, she's at her book event, and she's like, I want to read a part from my book that I didn't put in the original copy, but I'm gonna read it here because I was, afraid to put this. I'm like, what the fuck was she? What was you afraid to put in? Because you talk about everything else. Okay, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your abusive ass ex uncle, your daddy's depression. Okay, Darla's drug abuse, everything. Blue, what ain't the dad? Blue ain't the real kid. No, ain't the real kid. That Rod ain't the real daddy for Blue. What are you afraid to put in there? And I say Meg was gonna be about, her and that white man. Nope. She said, me and my daddy used to go fishing. Okay, that was our thing. And we'd go to the little bait shop. She said, so one day, my dad came back to the car and I seen he had like a busted lip or whatever. And he was very, very angry. And, it was these three white men. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize it then. I realized later on the cat calls and what they were saying and doing was they were saying things about how they were going to rape me when my father wasn't around. She says that from that moment on, her daddy kept her close. He would not let her out of his sight based on what these three white men had said they were going to do to Nova, who was maybe like 10 at the time or whatever, young, 8, 9, 10 or whatever at the time. So he would not let me out of sight. She said, and then, but I had a secret, what I'm saying? I would always be playing in the sugarcane fields. Like at night, I would go out and be free in the sugarcane fields. And one night I was out there, in the sugarcane fields, and I saw my daddy, and he was digging in the ground, digging a big old hole, a big old ditch. And I didn't know what was going on. And then I seen my daddy, toss a big mound of something in there, something real big and blah that was wrapped up in the bag. He tossed it in there. He then started burying it. And I'm like, is she, what? Nova. Nova. I'm like, I know she not up here telling about her daddy killing some white men. Girl, I said, oh, Lord Jesus. I know Ernest dead, but girl, you can't do that. Okay? She's stitching on Ernest borderline. I said, Lord Jesus. Now, of course, no one in her family showed up except Micah. And also her ex-girlfriend Chantel, who was played by the sister who was on the Parenthood. Anyway, who all should do voices and stuff. But I'm like, she really up here saying how her daddy probably killed 3 white men, when she was younger. Because she then said after that night, my daddy never worried about me after that. Like all the worriness he had, it was gone. And I never asked him what happened, and he never told me why he was then okay with me being able to go wherever. But you know what I'm saying? And I never went back in the sugarcane fields. You know what I'm saying? I left it alone. And I was like, you just told them your daddy probably killed 3 white men. I get the reasoning for it, and I'm not saying he shouldn't have killed them white men. What I'm saying is, you don't tell people your daddy killed. You don't do that. That's a murder, Nova. That's murder. Okay, I'm like, Lord Jesus, you just snitched on your dead daddy, girl. Her and she doing a little book signing or whatever. The ex Chantel come up, hey Nova, I had to come see you, girl. What you doing later? What you doing later tonight? What you doing, girl? What you doing? Oh, I'm gonna be busy, so I can't come through, whatever. And then she kissed her, say, if you want to come by later, mwah, and kissed her. I'm like, get your gay ass out of here. Leave her alone. No bad news. Chantel, leave her alone or whatever. And but Nova said she can't anyway. But if you change your mind, let me know. So we then see Darla. Darla has gotten a hold of Nova's book. Because again, the book is now for sale. So you can get the book if you want to get the book. And she gets the book and she starts reading. And as she's reading the book, she gets to the section. It's called it's a story about a girl named Star. And so I'm moving around damn thing. It's about someone named Star. And I think it says Star something, but I can't know what the name was. Oh, why the screen man stupid. And so as she's reading it, it says something about Star, who was in this house, and her baby was in the corner, just lonely and alone and abandoned, while Star was on the floor, being ravished by these Johns because she needed the drugs. And as she's reading it, she's getting pissed, okay? She's like, I can't believe she would do this to me. So she realized, even though Nova changed the name of the character, she still puts in the book someone named Star, okay, was out here having sex and had a kid and had basically almost abandoned the kid. So she goes see Nova, okay? She goes over to Nova's house. Like, okay, you want some, but why would you do this to me? She's like, this is going to destroy my current life that I'm building for myself. This is going to affect my life. You brought my past into my current life or whatever. Nova said, I did you differently. Like, I changed your name. I changed any identifying marks or any identifying information. So people want to know the world won't know it's you. The world, I don't care what the world, anybody in St. Joe who has any half a brain is going to know who this is. They're going to know it's me. That's not true. This can help people, darling. You know what I'm saying? Your story is one to be proud of. Proud of? I can't believe. Do you think what this would do to Blue? Okay? To find out what his mother used to do, who she used to be. I cannot believe you, Nova. So Nova still sound, and this is gonna help people, you know what I'm saying? I thought you of all people would understand. Me of all people? What do you mean? Well, because you told Ra the truth about Blue, knowing how much it would hurt him. I'm like, but Nova, that was her truth. She told Ra her truth, that she made a mistake and he may not be the father. That was her right to tell him. You had no right to tell any of these stories. And Darla put it in the perfect terms. She said, you put in your book that I used to steal to feed my addiction, but you published a book full of memories that you stole. I said, ooh, yes, girl. Okay, she stole other people's memories. And then she wrote about them and put her thoughts and her views and her spin point on what their memories were of their life, of their past, and then put it out without their permission, okay? And so they're like, don't you ever come near me. Don't you ever come near my son. You know what I'm saying? You are more alone than I ever was. I'm like, ooh, yeah, she, girl. Ooh, Lord Jesus, that damn Nova. Girl, that damn Nova. And she just stood and looked like, well, damn. And it's the thing, like, Nova talked to each person, and she said how, I thought you would get it. How, Nova? How? You telling secrets that people did not want out. You telling how about how Vi was beaten, how, Charlie paid off a woman just so they would not have to publicly go through things, but she still sided with that woman once she found out what the truth is. Period. Okay? About how Rod wasn't Blue, that just these things, that ain't nobody's business. I'm like, gee. And now talking about her daddy possibly killed 3 white men who was pretty sure white men, because you can't be out here threatening to, because if you threaten man, I'm gonna kill you too. I get that. Okay, I completely get it. But I feel like you don't know what happened, and girl, I just can't believe it. Anyway, we do see Micah get back home from the book signing. And so Charlie, like, how was it? Oh, it was okay. She's like, Micah, it's okay. You can tell me, how it is. You can talk about it. Oh, it was really, really good. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people came, but no, just me was on the family member. And Aunt Nova told the story about Granddad. It's like, oh, yeah, I thought you knew about, his depression. He's like, no, not that. About something about a fishing trip or whatever. And she's like, what? What are you talking about? So we see that part. We see a quick scene of Nova calling Chantel her ex because now she's lonely. Because Darlene came and cussed her ass out, and now she wants some attention. So she called Chantel and said, hey, what you doing? She's like, nothing. She's like, are you at home? She's like, yeah. Oh, well, I was thinking that maybe you can, come over, now. She's like, what? Nova, do you know where I am? And she's like, yeah. Well, why did you come over here? Well, she's like, you know what? Typical Nova. Typical Nova. Always wants things her way and how she wants them. She's like, you know what? I've taken time to fix myself. I've taken time to work on me. You should do the same, because you can't be out here doing that or whatever. If you want to talk about, what you're going through, the beef with your family, I can do that. But I'm not gonna be your, call a friend, tender bed buddy when you need it, and then you want me to come to you at your beck and call. No. And then Nova was like, okay, never mind, and then hangs up. I mean, Chantel was extra, read all about it, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, girl, if you want vagina, go get it, okay? So we then see Charlie goes to talk to Aunt Vine Rye, and Raphael, because somebody said, why you calling him Rye? I said, because sometimes they do too. Anyway, she tells them about what Michael told her about, Nova told a story about this fishing trip with Daddy, back in the day or whatever. And Aunt Vi like, oh, this is crazy. So they realized, okay, Aunt Vi knows something. They're like, Aunt Vi, what you know? Why y'all think I always know something? Cause you do, Aunt Vi, cause you do. So she's like, look, I don't know nothing for sure, okay? But I do know that I think something happened to those men all them years ago. But she said, y'all can't be like Nova and think that y'all need to know, everything and everyone's soul. Like, people have a right to, to just not tell everything. But she then said, but there was a trip that Ernest went on, and after the trip, Ernest would not let Nova out of sight for nothing. And she said, and then one day, he wasn't worried anymore. And she said, so yes, I do think my brother took some kind of burden to his grave, but I don't know what it was, and I never asked him about it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, well, we can't believe it. That's kind of crazy. She's like, look, not all dark corners need light. You know what I'm saying? That's Nicole's problem. She keeps trying to shed light on people's stuff, and not all dark corners need light. She said, you know what I'm saying? Jimmy Dale. She said, Jimmy Dale could be my dark corner. Maybe that was your daddy's dark corner. However, everyone has a right to keep something between themselves and God. Something to talk about on Judgment Day. I was like, that's very true. You can't want everyone to just bare their soul and give you all of the information to where they just feel exposed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a right to have something for themselves, even if it's something painful and dark that they don't want to share with someone else, because that is just as painful, you know what I'm saying? If not more, truth be told, okay? So, they leave it at that. Okay, they leave it at that. And we see a couple little things. We see, Rod gets home, you know, and Darla, they're on the porch. Okay, Darla, they're on the porch, and he walk up to her, and she just, I'm trying to show the picture to y'all. My computer's crazy. Darla just, she's just reeling. Okay, as you can see, she's crying just so hard because, she can't believe what she read in that book, basically. And so, he looking like, what's wrong? And she's like, as she's crying, like, she wrote about it. She wrote about me. She wrote about what happened. And I'm like, God damn it, Charlie. Not Charlie, Nova. Why you do that now, girl? And so, she just kind of falls into his arms and just cries and cries and cries. Made me cry. Okay? Made me cry. I'm like, God damn it, Nova. So we see that little small scene. We see Charlie, and she dropped Michael off to his dad and his new sister. And, she in the car watching them, him go over there to his new little family or whatever. And we see, Nova trying to call Aunt Vi, trying to call Ralph, trying to call Charlie. And of course, none of them answer. So she pack up her bag and she leaves to go on her book tour. And then lastly, we see, Hollywood like, Vi, you coming to bed, baby? And he like, I'm gonna take a quick bath and I'll be in 1 moment. And he lay down, but then he hears something and he jumps up. And so it's Aunt Vi, who was in the bathroom running water, as you see, and she's crying into the towel, trying to cover her sounds of basically just, sorrow. Just how, she's completely, I feel like she's completely not broken, but because of what she has suffered, because of probably memory, she didn't want to come back. She's just trying to get out her emotion. And so, Hollywood hear her. Okay, so he sit up in the bed, and at first he wanted to get up and go in there, but he realized she in that bathroom with the water running, crying, and she don't want me to come in there. Like, I can't always come in there and fix it, mainly because, again, some stuff she needs for herself. And I love that Hollywood knew that wasn't the time for him to go and console her. That was the time to let her get out whatever it is that she need to get out. And I feel like he knew she had been just holding in that emotion ever since Jim Dale, Jimmy Dean, Jimmy Earl came back. And because he was tears in his eyes, and he wanted to move, but he just sat there and listened and just kind of just made sure, she was just in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think people don't realize that women do that. Sometimes when you don't want somebody to hear you cry, you cry in the shower, okay? You cry in your pillow. You go drive somewhere and screaming and crying. You know what I'm saying? You do this. So Aunt Vi had her water running in the bathtub and screaming into a towel. And like screaming, crying to the towel. I'm like, oh my God, it made me cry too. And now it's how the episode went off. So, hope y'all enjoyed my review. I will talk to y'all next week. Have a happy 4th. Peace.